Welcome to Tecmo Tuesday, and welcome to week number 7 of the 2006 Oakland Raiders season. We are going up against our arch rival Denver Broncos, and I'm going into the wrong section here. It is an important battle because either we will put some great distance between ourselves and the Broncos. If we're 5-1 and they're 3-4, that's pretty good, safe distance for now. But if they win, they're 4-3, we're 4-2. It's a half game difference. It also is a big pivotal decider of where we stand against the first place Chargers, who are 5-1 and a half game over us. So, yeah, this is a big matchup. Also, as was pointed out to me, all of the well, you know what? I'm not gonna make the change here. But once when somebody comes back from injury, it resets all the your lineup, or at least with minus anybody who's still injured. And that's what happened when Mont Jordan came back. Randy Moss got put back into the game, and I am benching Moss in this season specifically because he's too good of a player, and I know he was on the team, but he was not trying when he was on the Raiders at this time. So to accurately, depict or mimic the 2006 Raiders, he really wasn't there. He almost wasn't there. He essentially and effectively was not actually there. Do we get Aaron Brooks back yet? No, we don't. We got Walter again. So we're going to have Walter throwing to Curry and Porter, perhaps, I think. I don't know. I have to remind myself to go into the lineup when I get the ball, because I can't do it while I'm on defense. And that's how I start every game. I'm trying to remember, was this Jake Plummer quarterbacking? No, it was Cutler. Yeah, it wasn't Kyle Orton yet either. Who am I? I'm gonna take Asamoah. I'm picked by Morrison right away. Wow, look at that. First play of the game, we're getting the ball almost inside the 10, but in the red zone. Let's make this change here before I forget. So I'm going to put, actually I'll put Porter in at the second spot, and I'll put Curry in at number 1. Kind of flip them. And then we'll see what happens next week if we finally get our quarterback back. All right. And 2 plays and a touchdown. That was a drive right there, folks. I mean, it wasn't really a drive. That was just a great way to start the game, with an interception and then a 10-yard drive in the end zone on 2 plays. That's called setting the tone. That's called getting into your opponent's head, getting into the crowd's head if it's at Denver. I want to say that it is because not just the jerseys at the moment, but the which I don't think is totally. It's based mostly. You get put in the white uniforms when you're going to be a team of similar color scheme. Usually. Oh, and shit. That time... Oh, I did not dive! What the fuck? I did not press a button to dive. He just dove, and now it's a touchdown. See, just like that, it can go the other direction. But anyway, yeah, so much for that whole quieting the crowd thing and, setting the tone and all that bullshit. So now we gotta do a drive the traditional way, and Jason Elam was still kicking at this time. Wow. No! Gotta get it back. No, we didn't. Now it's firmly, the momentum has firmly been switched over. They have the quick touchdown, and then they get on a turnover of their own. Nice job by the drone. Too bad we didn't get a fumble there, just to, you know, stifle the direction that this game is going in. Get off of me. Alright, here we go. Big third down here. Goes motion on this side of the field. Shit, there's all kinds of... Nice! I had that guy. I don't think, like, my pressing the button actually affected his jumping. I think that's more to do with, like, the RNG with his statistics, his attributes. But I got him into position to make the play, and also I'll take it. And even though we gave up points, the fact that all we gave up was a field goal, considering their starting position after the turnover, that's a win for the defense. Especially coming off of the heartbreak that was that last drive that they did not give the defenders a chance to rest because of the fumble. So... Alright, another first down. So far, it seems like... You know, I'm just going to keep pounding the rock here. I mean, I'm not going to go wishbone here and only run the ball. But I'm going to make that my primary attack. If their running game and that last one, they snuffed it out. But if the running defense is going to, like, give me holes and give me room to run through, considering I have a backup quarterback, that's going to be my my strategy. That being said, now we're at 3rd and long. Going deep to Porter. That was way over his head. You know, I should have taken the safer route. I should have dumped it off to somebody who was closer. But I saw a man that was open, and he was more open than the guys that were underneath. The problem was the ball went too far. Too far, as Willem Dafoe said in Boondock Saints. So, here we go. Second quarter, early second quarter, down 3. Time for the defense to step up again. And that was not an example of that. Yeah, I did get my guy on the ball, but it went over the head of his intended receiver. I didn't do anything to really defend it, and I did not make the interception. That went right into my hands. So, you know, that's... Now, that one was good coverage. And it forces a 3rd and long. Alright. Punt that shit. And we have been getting the injury bug, that's for sure. Alright, let's put in... let's put in Crockett. You know what? What am I doing with Crockett as my... that's right, it resets everybody. I want Fargus returning, and we'll put with Ted. I'm not remembering how to pronounce his name. As my other returner. Lee was doing punts and kickoffs, so I don't know how much that affected his whole, you know, his injury status, because he was doing double duty. Shit. That right there was, you know, he was by himself, but the guys were close enough to get into position, obviously. That's what I was afraid of with the last pass. Now another turnover in our own territory. Oh man, we blitzed it, we called it right, and they still got 5 yards out of it. That's not how you're supposed to do it. It looks like I beat me, and now it's gonna be a first down. Maybe worse. Oh, shit. Look at this. Look at him take the angle. That motherfucker. First and goal. Alright, the only good news here out of this is that we should get time with the ball. Albeit maybe not a lot. Oh, shit. Did they have 2 runs to that side? Because I called a run. I think it was a pitch, though. I think it was a fucking pitch. I called a run to the right. And when I saw him going to hand it off, I figured, okay, this is the play action. Because that's what I called. But it turns out there's another run to the right. And then, so I faked myself out with a non-fake. Because of a non-fake. Alright, we gotta get these points back here. Like I said, you know, I was hoping for the ground game to be the focal point. And I can't really do that on this drive. That's going out of bounds. Alright, maybe almost worse. Almost worse. Oh my god, they're all covered. Ugh. I'm letting the time tick because I'm basically going to go deep here. And it's basically going to either be touchdown or like set up the touchdown or nothing. Yeah, it was way over everybody's head, obviously. So at least with this, I leave, you know, no time for them to do anything. I guess I could have run a Hail Mary type situation, but I wasn't really looking for the risk of getting sacked quick with no time, with leave time left for them to kick a field goal. So we're getting the ball to start the second half. We got our, you know, our only touchdown off of a turnover. Inside the freaking 10, so, you know, we gotta get moving here and establish a legit drive and not turn the ball over. Lamont is shrugging people off. He broke fourth. He basically got a yard for every tackle that he broke. Alright, I'm not giving him the ball here again because on this next play because he just worked his ass off. Oh. Yes! Alright. We needed a big play like that, man. Yeah, they knew we were going to go to Crockett. They knew it. Oh, they knew we were going to Jordan. Little son of a bitch. Third down from the 8. Everybody's covered. Oh, no! Oh, my God. All right, this is a decision right here. All right, I'm going. I know that I should be taking the points here because points are at a premium, but I'm on the fucking 1. I think they're going to call the Crockett play, so I'm going right back to Jordan. Alright, we got it. The other thing is, like, I'm not, you know, the offense hasn't shown much of anything outside this drive here. So, like, how many more opportunities am I going to get? I don't want to just settle for field goals here, so take the chance. And the other thing is, if you do fail in that situation, they get the ball to 1. So, it's not a, you know, it's at least a decent consolation. Come on, guys, don't let him get a return here. All right, so we can... defense has been, you know, hit or miss. All things considered, especially with all the turnovers, they have not done bad at all today. And now we get a sack, Derek Burgess. Oh, that was I'd call that a coverage sack, though, because, you know, he held onto the ball forever. All right, that's not going to be the play that I called it was a split backs. All right, nice job swallowing it up. 3rd and 16. Come on, let's get a stop here. Let's get the ball back. Let's score. nowhere near that. Nice job by the defender. That might have gotten to the receiver if he wasn't there. All right. Let's go get that lead back. I'm going the other way. There's a lot more room up there, but they they changed up the forecast there big time. Oh God! All right, back to the 3rd and long situation again. All right, I had to let those defenders close in and go after the quarterback to give room to make sure they wouldn't go back and make a play on the receiver, and just about got the first down. And oh yeah, you just go back into a hole. I know that we're kind of predictable here, but I think it's out of necessity. I don't want to put Walter in a tough situation. It's oh shit. He connected with him once before, and he got him again in the end zone this time. He's starting to heat up. Ah, I was afraid of that. That guy came rushing in the last time, too. Now it's only a 3-point game. They can tie it with a field goal. God damn it. Whenever you see shit like that, you know that's going to come back to haunt you. And if they score a touchdown, we can't tie it with a field goal at that point. We're now on the opposite end of the spectrum. Oh, man, I left him open. Damn. Damn. Alright, there are 3 minutes left. They are definitely in field goal range, and they have Elam, who's a great kicker. I don't know how great he was at this point of his career. He was still very reliable. But I don't know if that translated into the Tecmo verse. Alright, I called the splitbacks, but nah, they went in motion. Nice job. Nice job by the defender there. Alright, 3rd and 10. Let's get this. And they're play faking. No, they got it! You gotta be kidding me. They didn't even measure that? They didn't have to measure it? Wow, we need a turnover here. Oh, they went cross-country with it. Man, and yes, that extra point, it definitely hurts right now. It definitely hurts, because now we have to score a touchdown. I know that Eli Manning said sometimes, it's, you know, you'd rather be in a situation like this than down 3, because you tend to settle for the field goal. And, you know, yeah, coaches get conservative, and goddamn it, he booted it. But, no, you're definitely better off having the option of, goddamn, we gotta go. This is like the drive here again. It's against Denver, no less. Alright, I'm gonna call like one run here to just get out of the shadow of my own goalpost. Thing is, I gotta get in the end zone. I just want to give myself a little bit of fucking room here. Alright, now I gotta get moving, because I gotta get in the end zone. I don't have time. Oh no, he's gonna catch up to it! Fuck! Yeah, so much for that. Yeah. That is tough. That was tough. Ugh. I wasn't big on that route either anyway. Like, I need to get downfield. And there's a touchdown. Seal it. Turnovers were big in this game. There were 3 of them that led to points. But we gave it's, we gave more than we received. It's a season of giving. I should have just went out of bounds and risk an injury to Fargus. Exactly what I just called. Are you kidding me? Ugh. Insult to injury. Well, it's injury to insult. So, yeah, we got a... man, it's a fucking MASH unit here. And on that note, let's hear some triumphant music. Congratulations to the Broncos. Look at how even the stats were in just about every level of the game. Big difference, we turned the ball over more. We had 2 picks and a fumble. They just had the 1 pick. Right off the bat, that set up our first touchdown. We started to get a groove going in the second half, but again, the turnovers, that last one in particular, it sealed it. That one sealed it. We were in a rough spot. I think the worst one, though, was, well, I don't know. One of the one at the end was just a heartbreaker, but the other 2 were, particularly, I think, the fumble, because it was right after they had scored, and then they went and scored again, so it was... And, we only give a field goal and everything, but it was just, it was in a microcosm, it was the rest of the game. That was how it went down. It was about breaks. So, that is tough. It brings Denver up to 4-3, and it puts us right with them in the standings by a half a game. We're also not, I didn't look to see what the San Diego's result was, if they even played, and they did, and they won. So, yeah, now we're 2 games behind them, and a half game over both Denver and Kansas City, because the Chiefs also got a victory. So this is a tight division, as Tuco Salamanca would say. Let's take a look at the rest of the NFL. The Colts are on top of the division, the only team with a winning record, but everybody else, except for Buffalo, is at least within grasp. Is another tight division. Steelers, Ravens, and Bengals all within a half game of each other. We already went over the West. Similar here, you got the Giants a half game over the Panthers and a full game above both the Eagles and Redskins. It's a very, it's very competitive. All these divisions. Saints and Packers top of the Central at 5-1. And then right here, you got the Seahawks and Rams. Nobody has a winning record, but 3 of the teams are all within a half game of each other at 3-3 or 3-4. So there you have the current situation. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay. For some reason, I thought we had played 7 games. We're 4-2. All right, so we're going into Week 8, and this time we're going up against the Texans. And I think they're one of the teams that are... No, they're at 2-5. Don't underestimate them, though. We've seen how that works before in the past. You don't let any of this a factor. It's just, it's just interesting to see what the impact of the game could be based on the records. More than anything else, you treat the opponent like any other opponent, or worse. You treat them like it's your goddamn Super Bowl every week. And whatever. I had nothing profound to say at all about that one. Anyway, that's it for this week. Tough defeat there. Hopefully we can get some of these players back who are injured as fuck right now. I'll just have to remember to, sort out the lineup. And who knows, maybe Moss will get put in by default because everybody else is getting fucking hurt. So we'll see you next week when we take on the Texans. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.